Do you love giving gifts? I do. But sometimes finding the right gift for somebody is really hard. And so instead of getting something that they want, give them something that they need. And that's a boost of flavor in their food. So welcome back to Everyday Harvest. Today we're going to be making some gifts for Christmas or my birthday, whichever comes first. It's my birthday. We're going to be making some gifts today to give to family, give to friends, and to just enjoy and give some extra flavor into their life. And who doesn't need that? So here we go. Today we are going to be making some herb salts. These are a great way to add a lot of flavor in a simple way to whatever you're making. Whether that's chicken, something Mexican, something you just want to try something, or some sort of pasta. It's going to be awesome what we're making. I've made this several times over the years and they're always just so good to have. The first one we're looking at today is going to be our lemon, rosemary, and thyme salt. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be especially great with a chicken or a turkey or some other bird typically. It's going to be good on other things, but that's what I'm going to use it for. Next we got some cilantro, a lime, and jalapeno. Those flavors always go well together, so no more explanation needed for that one. Next we've got some serranos, some garlic, a little bit of ginger, and we're going to throw in some shallot as well. This one I'm super excited about. I've never done this, but as I was concocting a new idea, this one just sounded amazing. Gonna have a little bit of spice, get a little bit of that sweetness from the shallot. We're gonna have a little bit of that ginger with that kick in there, get a little bit Asian-esque feel, as well as some garlic, which is my go-to herb for everything. And last but not least, for those Italian lovers, we're going to be making some basil, oregano, and garlic with this one over here. And that's gonna be great on just about everything. Let's be honest, everything. Whether you're making a focaccia bread, throw a little bit on that, making some pasta, give it a little sprinkle. It's a great way to add some awesome flavor. So first step in all of this is gather your ingredients, of course, and then the next is going to be, well, cutting stuff up. For our lemon and our lime, we're going to be using some zest of it. So I'm gonna take out my zester and get it all up. The rest we are going to be chopping up. I've got 200 grams of pink Himalayan salt. Use whatever salt you want. It doesn't matter. It does, but use what you got. So the process for all of these is gonna be exactly the same. Chop stuff up, add some salt, chop more stuff up, add more salt, chop stuff up, add more salt. After we've got it all mixed, we're then going to dry it out a bit. We're using fresh herbs, so we want them to dry a little bit. The salt will help that, and we can expedite the process if you really want to, using the oven or dehydrate or something like that. I'm probably going to do that because I do want to get these bottled up, and Thanksgiving is just a couple days away and I want to have these done before then, so when Christmas rolls around, I don't have to stress about it. These store really well. Once you've got the salt mixed in, it's going to be easy to store. As I said, we're gonna start with some zest with our lemon. We're gonna do the same for the lime. I'm probably not gonna show much of the whole process with the other ones because it's the exact same. We take some herbs, chop them up, take some salt, mix it, add more herbs, chop it up, mix it in, get more salt, and we're just doing that for the whole process. So let's do this. We're just gonna get some zest. If someone's got a better way of zesting fruit, let me know, because this is tedious. And that's our zest. Next step is to pull in the herbs. One of the things you gotta remember with most of the herbs, the stem of it might be a little thick, might be a little woody for what you're wanting, especially when you're talking about rosemary and thyme. Oregano and basil, those are usually a little more gentle, unless you're using a nice oregano bush that's been there for years and the base of it's just solid. That's gonna get a little woody. But for most things, rosemary and thyme are the ones that we're going to look at. I love rosemary. It's not my favorite, but I love the look of it. I'm super excited to grow it again this year. You do what you think is going to make your food taste good. For me, I'm going to go a little bit heavy on the rosemary, and then as much time as I can get with probably that amount of lemon. I love lemon, as I said in a previous video. Lemon, garlic, butter. Oh, my absolute favorite flavor. Then you throw in other stuff with it like thyme or oregano sometimes. It just adds a lot to it. Some of you are gonna say, but John, I don't have fresh herbs. and that's okay. You really have a couple options then. You can go to the grocery store and get some herbs that you like and do this same process. Or if you'd rather and you want to just use what you have, because that's the reason why we have this channel, because it's our everyday stuff. Or if you just want to use what you have and you have just some dried stuff, that's great, do it. But again, use what you have. If that means you're using dried stuff and you want to add more flavor, do it. Get some salt, add some of those seasonings together, make your own stuff, and it'll be a lot more fun. Then you can brag to your mom and dad and be like, yeah, I made this. We are sitting about 1/6 of the weight from the salt to the herbs. As you can tell though, we've got a lot there. This is going to be mixing pretty easily as we go through this. So the next step for us is we're going to start chopping these herbs up, make them smaller, finer, more small. At a certain point when I feel comfortable that they're chopped up decent enough, I'm gonna start adding some salt, about 1/3 of it at a time, and then I'll keep chopping some more, mixing them together, chopping, mixing, get the picture? Then we'll add a little bit more salt and more salt. At the end, we're going to be putting them all in and just mixing and cutting them together. Okay, now we're gonna start adding some salt into this. I'm gonna again use about 1/3 of what I'm looking at. And we're just gonna start chopping it in. This is one of my favorite ways to preserve herbs. If you're like me and you grow too many for when it's fresh and ready to go, then you gotta do something to preserve it. And for me, this is a great way to do it. You can do a lot of other things, but this is a simple way to make sure you keep what you grew and be able to share it with other people. You're probably thinking, John, there's gotta be a faster, easier way than this. My knife sucks, I wanna spend a little more time with my family, whatever your reason. There is a faster way you can do this. If you want to go in and just put it through your food processor, your blender, whichever you prefer, and do the same thing, add the salts after you've mixed in the herbs and blended those down pretty good. That's great. Honestly, that's what I'm gonna probably do with a couple of these other ones for sake of time. I didn't realize it's 7:15 and I got stuff to do. What I'm looking for now is to see if there are any large chunks of the herbs or the lemon or even the salt, honestly, that's not mixed as well as I would like. Again, this is an herb salt, so you want a good mix of them. Ooh, that lemon. And that is our lemon, rosemary, thyme salt. So we're now gonna move this over into a container and we're going to then put this on the dehydrator in a little bit. This one is the oregano, basil, and garlic. Oregano is my favorite herb outside of garlic. So this one's one of my favorites to make. Oh, there's one stem on this one. I love oregano. A couple years back, more than a couple now, I had one plant that turned into 4 and it was awesome. Again, as I said, oregano is my favorite herb, so it was pretty fantastic. Except I had to give so much away because it was way too much for me even. I used as much as I could fresh. I dried a crap ton. I had a large amount of it for the next fall and spring, and it was awesome. I used it almost everywhere. For this one, I'm less worried about the weight as I've made this variety many times. So we've got the oregano, we've got the basil, and we got the garlic, and then we got the salt. That's all we need for this one. A nice way to do this one as well, if you want to add a little bit of different flavor. I've done this with Thai basil before with the oregano. It works out really well, especially if you got like a Mexican oregano with the Thai basil. It really works well. So if you got it, try it if you want, and if you're adventurous. 2 down. All right, next we've got our serranos, our ginger, shallot, and garlic. I've got 3 serranos for this one. It's gonna be a fun experiment. Like I said, this is the one I've never done before, but I'm actually the most excited about this one. Other than all of them, they're all gonna be great. I'm only using half of or 1 piece of the shallot right now, just for kicks, because that's not the flavor I want to come through. And we're gonna see how much of the ginger I actually use. I'm gonna go base this off of smell. So we're first gonna start with throwing some of these in, and then we'll throw some salt in, keep mixing it in, and keep cutting it down. This one definitely is gonna have a lot of the moisture in it, so this is gonna have to dry out a lot. Oh yeah, that smells good. That ginger on there, that's just right. Still get that serrano in there. I definitely got the garlic. The shallot's a subtle thing, so that's probably gonna be more of a flavor that we taste rather than a scent that we smell. Okay, I think that's about as good as we're gonna get in this one. Look at that color. That's just pretty. It's less green than the others. Obviously, we're using only serranos that are green in this one, but oh, that smells yum. Okay, let's put this on this plate. Let's do it the fun way. Boom. All right. As I said before, this one's got to dry out the most. It has the most moisture because we had the serranos. We also had shallots and garlic. All of those have a lot of moisture in them. So this will take the longest to dry out, I believe, but it's gonna be fun. It just smells so good. Oh, look at that. All right, here's our final one that we've got today. It's our cilantro jalapeno lime salt. It's going to be fantastic. I'm super excited to put this together. These jalapenos smell so good. This whole time I'm just seeding those out. I just want some jalapeno poppers. They're to die for. Had many varieties over the years. I'll bring that one up in a little bit, but I'm excited to make those. That's usually what I do for the Super Bowl. Some poppers, as well as a couple other fun dips. It's gonna be exciting. Okay, next is our zest. But I'm gonna get rid of all this. I wanted garlic in this. It smells like it needs it. It does. All right, let's get to chopping and adding some salt. Oh yeah. That lime is still there. That's awesome. I'm gonna call an audible and put a little more salt in this. This one was super moist. So, not, actually, I think it was a little bit more moist than the other one that we did in this. But that's what we're looking like. So let's do this again. Let's do it the fun way. Boom. And there we go. This is what I'm giving for gifts for family and a couple friends. Let me know which one you think you actually want. It's gonna be awesome to add to some of your food, whether that's you're throwing it on for some chicken, throwing a little bit in your pasta, adding some to some eggs. I think that would actually be great on eggs. Or something just extremely different. I'm super excited to try this just on this, the ginger shallot serrano one, just about on everything, because it smells so fun. And that, my friends, is our final product, semi-final product. Still got to dry it out. We've got our jalapeno, lime, cilantro, and garlic we added. We've got our ginger, which was fun. I'm loving that smell. The ginger, serrano, shallot, and garlic one here. We've got our rosemary, lemon, and thyme. And we've got our basil, garlic, and oregano in this one. My house just smells so wonderful right now. It's a great way to just enjoy this time of year. Make good food for good friends, and that's what we do. The next thing we're going to be doing is to dry them out, put them in the oven, put them in the dehydrator. I'm not sure which one I'm going to do really, but in the end we're just drying these out a little bit. Usually you want it on low temperature for about 1 to 2 hours, and that's all we're going to leave it at. That being said, thanks for joining me in the kitchen today. Remember to make a mess, get your hands dirty, and have a great day.